Hello everyone, this is going to be a video on a solo player T-Rock, Mushroom Rock I like to call it, base. Quite distinguishable feature, my favorite rock bases to built on many times. Everything I'm going to do is not really groundbreaking, it's just really common sense I guess, and make it fun as a solo player to know how easy this is to do, and just to know the weaknesses, so if you ever get raided, you know why. So, unfortunately this is a little dark here, but I built a triangle right inside. Let's see if I can fix this. There you go. So, you've got a little triangle base in the, as square as I can look at it, part of the rock. You'll see why I like this. Let me just kind of play around with things. There. Boom. Now you have it hidden. You could feasibly leave it and go somewhere else, but I say if you can do it, fill yourself up one by one. Now here, you can at least put your sleeping bag, and there's nothing really anybody can do. Oh, well, I guess they destroy your sleeping bag. I guess it's the obvious, but the chances are if it's early on in a wipe, they're just going to look at it and be like, it's completely worthless. Why do anything? Just for show's sake, put a door on. Yeah, put a door on. And this, and that. This is and there are better ways to do this. I mean, if you there, just you'll have to start out with this, so you might, like, I don't know, line this up like this, like so. Just don't block the doorway. I've made that mistake. Not fun. Okay, no problem there. Alright, that's my little base. You can stick with that. That's alright. Then when you start burning metal frags, or getting metal frags, you can then put in the better, chop those boxes up in the better one. The point is, one by one is all you need. And now onto the scarier part. Actually, probably the portion is probably the most stress-filled, because you just don't want anybody to hit you, and you know, depending on the side server, you're never sure if anybody's going to come over quickly, so you're constantly looking around. But the next is to identify which side you want to build on. This was actually through trial and error. Usually I'm actually very good about figuring out the easy side, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the longer, flatter side, which just kind of, that looks a little shorter, that looks a little longer, looks like a, I guess, a bigger V, and that doesn't have much of a V. I think it does. Yeah, so there's no V on that side. Okay, there's a V on that side. Well, let's just say trial and error on this one. Generally speaking, it's, for some reason the other side usually works for me, but this time this one did. You're going to have to hope for the best. Whatever you're going to do is you're going to probably want to build this on, you know, close to the edge. But not so close that you can't build a second. And I try to do a closer rock, but obviously I made the mistake of putting it too close. So I'm trying to angle in between the V. And you'll see why in a little bit. There we go. If you're on an active server, you're going to want to do that. You may not have the ability to mess around. So your goal is to move with speed somewhat. Here comes the moment of truth. fail me now. Made it. I made it a little more dramatic than it should have been. It actually probably could have walked right off it. And then I do this. Again, trying to... It's a little bit of a playing around. The reason you want to build on the V is because there's a rock there that the foundation can hit, and there's a rock there that the foundation can hit. Boom, boom. Don't make the mistake I did, which is put that too far. You want to pull it probably a little bit away. That works. That works. Okay. That should work. Put my sleeping bag down. Probably right there. And if I was smart, you definitely at least want a box. This doubles as that's also a problem. You have to kind of jump up. This gives you protection. This doesn't give much of an angle and exposes most raiders or players to the open field, which most tend not to like. They like to hide behind rocks. A couple bold ones may not. But you as a player can then jump up, and that's why you don't want it against the wall. You'll stick on this wall every time. It's annoying. Keep it a little away from the wall. And there's your land bridge. Now, this is what I would like now. This will always be twig. You will never upgrade it. It is 1, 2, 3 squares away. If you do 2 or less, I feel like it's close enough that somebody can jump over. 3 is a maximum distance you can have, and also the best. In my experience, keeping it close to the rock but not too low, you don't have to line it up perfectly. I used to think you had to. Doesn't matter. Not that big of a deal. And there's your land bridge. Ta-da! You may also want to have built a couple arrows. And if you don't know why, it's because when you log off, you're going to want to do this. Probably shoot in the middle is probably better. And that is your land bridge. So some of the drawbacks. If any of you have figured it out, your tool cupboard and the size of this base with those 2 rocks is its biggest liability. You kind of have to temper a little bit. You want to be able to put a tool cupboard probably over here or over here. Most likely doing something like this. Not like that. Well, yeah, you might want to have doorways just so it doesn't deteriorate as fast. You can always open it up. But if you're really cheap and you're just like, I can always just come over and do something about it, you might want to build that. It has the added benefit of making them second guess themselves. And you can put a metal barricade on top. Makes it nice and prickly. Forces them to make a decision. They put more barricades around it. You can put the tool cupboard in this side and not that side, because most raiders would probably go for this, thinking it's in there. Don't upgrade it to upgrade the base to that for durability. Put the rest of stone, because it doesn't matter if it's stone or sheet metal, I believe, in terms of C4 getting through to it. And then you don't need this. Don't need that. Or that. Or that. Or that. But actually, don't need that as well. All right, there. Boom, boom, boom. Typically, what I would do is have a small little box down here, and that would be a doorway. Two basic reasons. One is if it's on this side, it's very hard for somebody to door camp thinking that they might get shot from there. I have seen people sit there, and let me tell you, they are an easy shot. You light up a bow, and I've gotten a number of headshots this way. It's great practice. Nakeds love to come up to it and wonder what's going on for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's curiosity, I guess. And that's, I guess, the hardest part. I mean, you can build anything you want up here. I would say at one point, putting stone walls was a great idea. So you kind of build on the interior and build stone walls, knowing that would take more rockets than C4. But apparently that's no longer the case. I could be wrong about the rockets, but the C4, I believe it's only as much as a stone wall. I think the rationale being is that if you build a stone wall, it covers 2 stories, and therefore you don't have to build 2 stories. But to me, the deteriorating factor is annoying. I would much rather have the stability and just honeycomb it. You can put something up like this, kind of guess where the center is. I'd put a tool cupboard here, but I don't think they allow you on this server. They have since changed it. There we go. Oh, good. Once again, proven wrong in this game. Destroy that. I mean, you could do... Then... Oh, wait, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, hey. Forget I did that. I want to do this. Do another square. Triangle. See, that's the beauty about the new thing you can do here. You can go boop, boop, boop. I have just got to slow down. That's really killing me here. Right there. Right there. Right there. Yeah, that's a little more to defense. A lot of times I found on this, this is just more for building in my experience, is if you're going to play an awful game, be prepared to have a lot of wood. Either you're going to throw up something very simple and it's going to be done. And it's going to be kind of cool because you can kind of leave it, in my mind, a little open at the top. I mean, if somebody gets up here, they get up here. You're a solo player. If they spent the resources to get up here, they get up here. They're not going to find much. You're a solo player. You might have something stored away, but the amount of C4 to take out your building or your tool cupboards, and I strongly urge you to do 2 cupboards like this on this side, 2 on this side, and do a boatload of defenses for this, like, honeycomb it, do the double wall thing that I did up here, right there. Do that down there. Throw a bunch of metal barricades around it, which it shouldn't take that much. You don't need a big footprint. It can be all, you can do it at 1 level, and then just the metal barricades on top. To me, they still have to waste C4 to get it, and therefore it is that much more expensive. You could put a stone gate in front of this doorway, put metal barricades around there, and that might just be enough. As a solo player, you can slowly add defenses. I think you have to keep in mind that raiders can come from the left side, they can come from the right side, they can come from this side, they can come from this side. Now, the beauty of this is that it's not as easy as it once was. Before, if they had taken out, let's say, a tool cupboard here, they could most likely get up here and then come over. But if you have a tool cupboard up this level and a tool cupboard down there, they can't. They can't come over. So coming on this side makes no sense. But the weakness is, unless this was a complete circle straight up, they can come on this side, and they can come on this side. If I was a raider, probably try to take the tool cupboard on the weaker side of this. So you may even want to put a false cupboard over here. Or you can even, if you don't wall off your cupboard in there initially, you can wall it off, or you take it out, wall it up, and then put it on this side, and they'll have no idea where it is. And they'll think, especially if you put a bunch of defenses there, they're going to go there and think it's there. So as a solo player, deception works in your favor. Always does. And that's always good to have access to this, because you can put like hemp down here. You can actually put a hemp up here too. So there's a lot of benefits to this base. I really do like these bases, because once you build something up here, and I'll give you a for instance. I mean, it's kind of nice to, this is one of the benefits of putting it up here, is to put it right there, just to give you a for instance. And this is me. This is the part about the game that like, you could do something like this. You could stairwell. No. Baloney. By the way, I think you kind of have to... You can make some really messed up designs in here, and it just makes it just all the sweeter. Or you could leave that open. I don't know. You can do it. Annoying. Or you could do something like this. Put a door on it. Wall, 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 wall. And you could... What you want to do here? Ta-da! Oh. One thing I might want to add here is you may want to do something like this. I'm just not really describing this probably as well as I should. But you may want to be able to have the option to look straight down underneath. Or if you really get crazy, is to well, if you really want to get crazy, this will require a lot of metal barricades. You could build a kind of a metal barricade around here, and it would kind of prevent people from kind of hiding under here. It's not really worth it. There's always going to be that blind spot. They might hide under here and you can't see them, and that's okay, because they considering all the possibilities they could hide, I'm okay with it. You want to put metal barricades over here on this to deny them, because I know a lot of them will try to use it to snipe you if you're over here. But if you take a good look at this, this is it. Like I said, I like this. It gives you high ground. I mean, with very little effort, I think. And apparently very poor planning on my part. You have a nice view. I like it. How nice is that? Oh boy. So yeah, I gotta stop that here. It's just gonna take me forever. So that's it. That's all I have to say. That's my T-Rock base. It looks ugly as sin right now, but there are so many different ways you could play it. I just think that some of the key factors are bridge here, secure your tool cupboard down here, add false tool cupboards all over the place if you can. Another tool cupboard over here. Raiders are going to aim for that to get into your base. Make sure you have another tool cupboard up here. And once you do that, I think in general it's going to keep raiders out, and especially if you staggered. If you put a tool cupboard down here, put a tool cupboard up there, and or vice versa, it's really going to throw your raiders off because they won't be ever sure of where the tool cupboard is unless they get that main tool cupboard. And if you put a lot of defenses on there, they never will. That would be my biggest suggestion. Tool cupboard on that side, put another one up there so it covers most of the rock and over it, and we'll push over that way, and that one will push over that way. That would probably be the cheapest way to do it. I'm sure some of you guys will comment on that, but that's it. If you have any comments, please let me know. This is nothing groundbreaking, nothing amazing, but I do love building on it. I think it's a